Live from Granada Studios Tour Theatre, it's Granada UpFront. Tonight, is this man leader of a religious cult operating in the Northwest? And UFO or pie in the sky, UpFront enters the Twilight Zone. Please welcome your presenters, Lucy Meacock and Anthony Wilson.
Hello, good evening. Sexual perversion, embezzlement, brainwashing, just some of the charges made against the founder of an organization called InSight, an organization which opens for business here in the Northwest next week. Next Wednesday, in the sumptuous surroundings of the Midland Hotel in Manchester, an organization called InSight will start a 5-day self-awareness seminar. For £300, people from all backgrounds can discover their true selves in an atmosphere of love and care. The seminars have been a great success in London with hundreds of satisfied customers. But do any of them know or understand of the links between InSight and an American-based religion, the Movement for Spiritual Inner Awareness, a cult by any other name? Up front tonight, leading members of InSight UK. Welcome, Ruth, to Manchester. Ruth Lederman. How many people do you expect to enroll? How many have you enrolled for next week's courses?
Well, to be honest, we've actually postponed it to July, so
you have?
It's not happening next week.
It's nice that you told us that, just in time, right? Fine. What do people get, and how do you do it to them at these seminars?
Well, people get a variety of things, and we don't really do anything to them. We provide an environment for learning and education so that people get to look at their lives from new perspectives. They explore things that they might have wanted in their lives and perhaps not had the courage to go for, like a new career.
The brochures claim to almost change people's lives, to give them confidence to change lives.
Well, I present seminars in this country, and I wouldn't presume to want to change anybody's life. We do good work that's designed to give people the opportunity to be more courageous about going in the direction that they choose to go in.
When you say you don't do anything to them, do you not do, I mean, these techniques like love bombing, or is there not an element of hypnosis? I mean, what do you do? Are there not...
I don't know what love bombing is.
Neither do I. I thought I'd ask you, but if you don't know what it is, Ruth, I've obviously asked the wrong person.
What we do is we do a variety of activities, many of which you'd probably find on business seminars. Some of them you'd find in school education. Some of them you'd find in yoga or relaxation groups, that kind of thing. And all of them are designed to give people the opportunity to enhance their lifestyle.
All right, all right. One of the questions, I'm going to Malcolm Parry here now, one of the questions about InSight, though, is there are two questions. The first question is whether your people are qualified enough to really deal with the emotional, psychological vulnerability that is exposed at a seminar like this.
Well, I'm just a participant. I've only just done the seminar, but my experience of the people that present the seminar is that they're very good, very capable, very caring, and seem to have a lot of skills and talent in the area of presenting the seminar. Okay, okay. You know you're going to face some critics here tonight, and I think the person I'd like to talk to first is Charlotte von Enst, who went for care and for some kind of form of treatment, and it didn't work out quite like that. Charlotte, when did you take your InSight course?
Well, I took InSight 1 in May '88 and InSight 2 in September '88.
That's the second level of courses. Your facilitator, who is the person leading the course, or whatever leading you, you became involved with him, or felt what?
Well, during the course, a lot of emotions were generated, and they were focused on this facilitator. And during the course, I dealt with a lot of feelings of sexual abuse, which came up when I was
Because you had been sexually abused as a child, you were trying to deal with that. And it did deal with it for a sense for you, did it? Did it help?
Well, to an extent, I felt it helped.
And then what happened?
Well, I wrote to the facilitator, and he contacted me, and we met up in February, and we had a sexual relationship.
You got pregnant, you have a 5-month-old baby just outside being looked after here now. And did this facilitator offer to help, or?
Well, I mean, it was all in the vein of he was going to help me over my fear of having sexual contact.
So he was helping you, that's all. Is this an isolated incident?
No, a friend of mine who was also on the InSight too slept with him the night the course finished and was also very hurt because she loved him very much as well. And another friend slept with her InSight 3 facilitator the day after that finished.
Ruth, we know that there are rules, that they're not meant, this isn't meant to happen. This has happened. There are pregnancies. I mean, he's not looking after you now, is he?
Well, the only money we've had has been under direct pressure from InSight, and that's been 2 lots.
How do you answer this, Ruth?
Well, I personally am very sad about it, and I do know about the situation. The second person you mentioned has been fired, and the one that you're involved with has definitely been banned from doing seminars in this country. It's being watched very carefully.
But he is back working for InSight in America, and isn't that really damaging for what you do if that person is still working?
Well, he's a person who I know personally.
This is Joey, yeah? Joey, just without
Joey. As far as I know, my experience of him is he has had a lot of integrity. He's a very capable man, and he's disappointed us. I mean, it really does go against the integrity of what we're doing. And I don't know the details. I wasn't involved. I mean, I don't know what he does in his bedroom. I don't know.
But doesn't it set up this general question that you expose, there's an exposure to a level of vulnerability which is dangerous. It was dangerous for someone like Charlotte coming with her own problems to be given more problems in there.
I would agree with you very much. This is why we're not using him here at all.
Right.
This is why I'm doing the work here.
All right, okay, fine. There is a bigger question mark over InSight courses. Let's go on to the next one. Charlotte may well want to say more about this in a second. The suspicion that InSight is, as you know, seen by some people as a door, an entry point to a controversial church, the movement of spiritual inner awareness, called by some American newspapers the Cadillac of cults, accused of major mind control techniques and the rest of it. How do you explain the relationship between InSight and the movement of spiritual awareness?
First of all, I'm very entertained by a lot of the press comments on the movement of spiritual inner awareness. I was involved in InSight from the first InSight seminar in this country, and it did develop out of people who were involved in MSIA at the time, because those were the people who were interested in having it happen, both here and in the States. Since that time, InSight's developed as a separate organization, because it's a very practical training that's to do with everyday life.
So you're saying it's completely separate?
I'm saying it operates as a separate organization because it offers education.
Are you a minister of the MSIA yourself?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are, but it's just...
And I'm Jewish.
And you're Jewish, okay.
Let me say, see, ministering in MSIA is a ministering with a small m. To me, it's a semantic thing for really being of service. And I get a lot out of being involved, but it has nothing to do with my involvement with InSight.
Okay, Rachel Storm, you're a journalist, you went on an InSight course as a journalist. Do you feel there is a connection? Is this accusation to you correct, that it is a door into the church?
Yes, definitely. The seminar I attended, Ruth was a facilitator, and she referred to JR as our leader.
JR is
the leader of
John Roger.
John Roger.
John Roger.
The leader of MSIA. So that was a definite connection, it seemed to me.
It's true. John Roger was the founder of InSight, in that the very first InSight seminar in 1978 was offered purely for people studying meditation with him, spiritually. And Russell Bishop, who designed the majority of the seminar, had previously worked in a company called LifeSpring, and he offered some of the skills that he had to the people in MSIA at the time. So John Roger was the founder, Russell Bishop was the designer, and InSight continued to be offered in many, many different areas these days.
Okay, okay. We'd like you to answer the fears of a gentleman who knows more than most about these issues, who also claims, like Rachel, but from very inside knowledge of the connections, right? He only arrived by chance today in England. Victor Toso. Is Victor here, please? Right, this is a gentleman who Victor was a former senior minister of the MSIA. If you can sit over there,
He was
Toso.
my InSight 1 facilitator.
What? He's a what?
He was my InSight 1 facilitator.
Well, didn't I ordain you two?
I think you did.
Fine. Now, you will tell us that, yes, what InSight does in the first case is good for people, because you did it to them, right?
Yeah, I spent a lot of time doing this course, and there are a lot of valuable things that come out of InSight.
Okay. Is it an entry point to a very questionable church?
Absolutely.
In what way? In what way are these people behind you? Look at these. There's a row there, two rows behind you. They're doing the InSight courses, right?
Okay.
Can I just, before you say, do any of you feel, have you had any leading into the church yet? No?
No, but I'm a member of the church. So what? I'm also a Catholic. Doesn't bother me.
Fine.
There are a lot of rationalizations for deciding, okay, I'm a minister of the church and I'm also Jewish, I'm a minister of the church and I'm Catholic. But I appeal to Ruth a true and honest answer to this question. If John Roger, the founder of this cult called the Movement of Spiritual Inner Awareness, were to come here and decide tomorrow that InSight in England should be stopped tomorrow, would you stand in the way of doing that? Truthfully.
Honest answer.
Yeah, just be honest.
I am. I'm checking. I don't know, to be honest.
Okay. I'll tell you one thing. JR runs these organizations, and if you have any illusion whatsoever that you can do anything counter to his commands, you are in a great illusion.
Can I ask you, I mean, we're saying that it's an entry point into a church, and you're concerned and you're concerned.